Good morning, friends. I'll be back in one moment. Stand by. All right, we're back, friends. Welcome. Happy Sunday. It's God Hand time. We made it to the God Hand, sort of. I've I've dodged up the last couple of years, but that's fine. I'm trying to figure out my gear grids right now. So this one, we don't need a lucky charm, grease, yep, and a round leather shield. Do I have another shield? Yes. Okay, so that is already sharp, that is already sharp, that is not, that is already sharp, and the dome, the curse hammer, is not already sharp. So that one goes there. Who's got heartstrings? I've got to do a small edit. Let me check my YouTube right now. So yeah, I think what happened is, yeah, I'm up to Lantern Year 21. Yeah, I've got 22 and 23 uploaded. And 23 is actually, I fight the Red Witches in 26 as well. Let me just pop those up now. Yeah. So public, publish, public, publish. There you go. Hey, Paint Liquor. So yeah, that is Lantern Year 22, which is Pariah. And then Lantern Year 23 to 26. Because I sort of just skipped through. And I spoke briefly about the reason for this and why we're actually at God Hand right now at the end of that episode, where it's hard. The thing that drives me along in Kingdom Death is often the chasing of, goals, things to try and achieve. And so in this campaign, it was things like the Giggling Scythe and, fighting the Red Witches. But what ended up happening was I ended up getting things like Silk Surgeon and the Scythe, and just really made the game, trivial is not the right word, but it just removed that element of I'm desperate to chase, to find out what happens, to see what's around the next corner, to see if I can get the thing. And part of my issue with that, and this is an interesting observation that I've really made in this campaign, the Crimson Crocodile is busted. It gives you so much gear that is so good. Like the pattern gear on the Croc, the Dome Buster is just an unbelievable weapon. It's basically carried every showdown. anything with devastating and, you know, like it's just, it's too good basically. So, yeah. So that's sort of where I find myself. Indecision, battle drunk, thrill seeker, tinker, steadfast friend, yeah. So yeah, it's a bit of a lower vibe ending to the campaign. Having said that, it was excellent and I enjoyed every aspect of it. So I'm glad to have made it all the way to this point. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the campaign. Probably, yeah, going to pop the game away for a bit and play some other games. Yeah, that's the thing I find about the game is if you have a strong enough start, and we just rolled the start. The start was so good that from that point you get into a spiral where you can't stop, can't stop, won't stop, baby. Yeah, and that's part of the thing I love about the game, right? Because when you do get into those doom spirals, fighting your way out of that is like one of the best experiences. And that was kind of like the last campaign, the one we did last time. You know, I think it was Lantern Year 7. We fought a level 2 frog and we got rolled. And we were down to 4 survivors at one point. And then Aeneas came along and basically single-handedly saved our campaign. It was tremendous. So, yeah. I also think, and this is, yeah, the king comes in at a time, the king quarry comes in at a time when you do need a much stronger challenge and you get excited about that. So the king kind of is a great way to have the last 10 years have some really interesting battles and some meaning. The Dung Beetle Knight, which is also apparently a node 4, he comes in at Lantern Year 8. And so I had done everything I wanted to do with the Dung Beetle Knight. And I was sort of thinking, well, what do I want to fight now? I've got 10 years to get to old mate. What do I actually want to fight? I didn't want to fight a level 3 Dung Beetle Knight because I don't need any gear. I'm not using any of the gear because the gear that I've got is already better with the black and red sets. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll fight a level 3 Phoenix and get the critical or the location deck manipulation. I thought, well, I've already got Scythe Mastery, which lets you do that on a 6+ every turn. So I don't need that. And, you know, Phoenix, you can't really fight a Phoenix without a couple of ageless people. And because of the pariah, you can't get ageless. So, yeah, it was just I was trying to come up with interesting things to do. And I thought, you know what, the only things I'm really interested in doing is fighting the Red Witches and fighting the pariah and fighting the God Hand. Like, that's the thing I'm most interested in doing. So I'm just going to do that because they're super good fights. All right, so let's go through the 4 endgame survivors we ended up with. And I also need to grab out this because this is important as well. This thing. So we have Coconut Ruff, who has ended up with 1-2, by the way. I haven't pressed this button. If this chick doesn't die, I'm going to press this button. But I'm actually just going to leave her in there so she dies, I think. Yeah, so this is Coconut Ruff, and we've given her Hostrox Declaiming with a red set, right? Pretty cool. The red set, by the way, we have the ability to teleport out of the thing if we put it on a different person that we didn't care about dying, which would be great. Teleport out of the God Hands. Yeah, so that's Hostrox and the black and red set. Hostrox is going to be sick. Only accuracy 2 there. Maybe I should give her a accuracy buff. No, that's fine. Peanut Brittle, Inversion, classic. Dome Buster, classic. Last Man Standing and Tough, amazing. Heartstrings is going to be awesome. Maybe I should give her Hostrox. Yeah, I'll actually give her Hostrox. How do I do that? Yep, cool. All right. I've got a reasoning behind this. Accuracy. Accuracy, baby. Cool. But yeah, 2 black and red sets. Dome Buster, glorious. Get around it. The Dome Buster, which does not have Sharp, is going to be given one of the 2 Elytria that we have in the settlement before this fight. So the Dome Buster is now Sharp. We have Peppermint, who has Armoured Fist, Free Climber, which is wonderful, Motion Sickness, also wonderful, Acid Palms. Acid Palms is so great. I had to write. Bra's like, you should go do Acid Palms, without realising that they die on a 7+ or under a 7+, and I just rolled a 7. Great stuff. She carried the pariah fight. Skittle, who's our Silk Surgeon, which again, I've never gotten. What a great and fun thing to have, the Silk Surgeon. Mighty Strike, how amazing is that? Scythe, so good. It's going to be movement 7. Yep, it's all wonderful. Do we have heartstrings on her as well? No, we don't. She's actually probably my favourite survivor from this campaign, and I didn't think I would. Anyway, the reason why I haven't fought any of the other fights, if you look at the luck, look at the luck, look at the strength, look at the evasion. There is not a monster in the game that can survive that level. Even I reckon the Lion God, I reckon we would absolutely ruffle stomp a Lion God with these current survivors. I'm not sure we'll be able to beat the God Hand actually. So if you haven't fought the God Hand before, I have. Here's a couple of rules. The first is he cannot be critically wounded by just rolling like whatever your crit is. You need to actually match his toughness with your roll. It's called Old Blood. The God Hand ignores the rule of 1 and 10. It can still hit targets on natural 1s, and survivors' natural 10s will not automatically wound the monster. To critically wound, you have to meet his toughness. His toughness is 30. So all that luck is basically irrelevant. Then the second rule he's got, which is a bit of a weird one, is called Transformation. So you sometimes, this could be a very short showdown, we'll see. You sometimes have an opportunity to kill him before he even goes. Because he's basically turning into Super Saiyan mode. He powers up. Nemesis. God Hand. Yeah, it doesn't matter, it's the Watcher, whatever. So we're going to roll our Shrine roll, we're going to roll our Face Painting roll. The Fig Sapling has given us an extra departing survival. So Shrine, perfect. Thingy, perfect. So departing survivors are gaining 1, 2, 3, 1 insanity, 1 armor at all hit locations. Is there anything else I need to do? Lucid Dreams is great. Bloomer is great. Trick Transport. Bit of subterranean agriculture. Bit of storytelling. Oh yeah, everyone that departed. Man. Korea, we could get Harvestman. Yeah, that actually doesn't work unless you're a boy. Cooking. Silk Refining. Silk Surgery. So great. So it's good to find new and interesting ways to break the game. I'll say that much. And this campaign we've used Ark survivors in People of the Dreamkeeper. And I wasn't sure how this was going to go. I thought this might be more challenging. And the Gambler fight was probably the hardest I've felt the Gambler fight ever was. And also I didn't take any Qatar specialisation this campaign intentionally because Qatar specialisation is so powerful. Yeah. Anyway, so this is the plan. All of these people are just going to run in and try and knock him down before the campaign, before he powers up. Peppermint, she's movement 6. She's not going to be able to get out of range. So if we don't do it, we die. And then we lose the campaign because she's died. So maybe we save her for afterwards. We just let everyone else die. Hostrox the Gloaming. Crazy. This is a crazy plan, Deno. Anyway, let's depart. Let's see what happens. So everyone's got max survival. Everyone's got plenty of insanity. We don't have any bonus strength. Maybe we should get a monster tooth necklace or something there. We don't need it. That's silly stuff. So let's go over here. Here he is. Here's the God Hand. Hiya. As always, everything's painted. Okay, so one person has heartstrings. Who's that? Green. Peanut Brittle. Okay. So Peanut Brittle is going to be able to get out when her move. Where do we have to start? We get 2 random terrain cards as well. 2 random terrain cards set up normally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's right. Everyone dies in this one, don't they? 1. Side chick, side chick, side chick, scout, ba-doop-boop-boo. So let me think about this. So this is the card that comes on top of the deck. When this card is drawn face down, if it knows, it doesn't know because we're not Ark survivors, so it's got no clue. When this card is in play, do not draw hit locations, instead make wound rolls with +5 strength. When this is drawn face up, all survivors within 8 spaces of the monster are vaporised in a column of raw energy. Dead. Archive this. Fun. So the only person who's going to be able to escape is the chick with Hostrox the Gloaming. Everyone else we might just hold fire. Or do we just accept that some of them are going to die, get in there with the Dome Buster and the Giggling Scythe, both of them die, and we call it a day? Yep. Get in there, Dome Buster! Dome Buster! Alright, so we're ready to go. Boom. The God Hand goes first. He pulls his card. It says, power up. So we are going to start with Coconut Ruff. Is she going in? Yep, she's going in. So she is speed 5, so she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then she's going to dash into the blind spot. So she will swing to hit. She is going to use her lifetime reroll to reroll a 1 into a 4, so she hits. Now this weapon is sharp. Okay, so her strength on this weapon is 18 plus sharp, so she would need to roll what to surpass? So he's toughness 30. Oh yeah, so we're plus 5 strength this turn, so 23. So she needs to get to 35. So she needs to roll a 12 to surpass and do 2 wounds. She doesn't have double her wound attempt. She doesn't have critically wound. When you attack with a grand weapon, gain +1 accuracy. If you critically wound, the monster is... Yep, so that's fine. So, all right, that's a 15. So that is 2 wounds from surpass. So we go down to 28. She has a free surge, so she'll free surge. She rolls an 8, which is a hit. Plus 5 strength. So she does 12, 23, 35, so that's another surpass. So we're down to 26 wounds on the God Hand. She's going to bravely sacrifice herself and use 1, 2, and we'll see what happens with that. She's done, and she free surged, and she used her lifetime reroll. Peanut Brittle is over here. She's going to move in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What speed is she? Yeah, she's speed. Oh, how does she do it? It hasn't got reach 2, does it? No, so she can't actually get in there unless she dies. No, that's fine. She'll go in. She dashes. She's got heartstrings, so she can move 8 spaces, but she can't get into range. I need to give her +1 movement somehow. Who's the other chick? Oh, Dome Buster. We can transpose with the Dome Buster. Oh, we can transpose with the Dome Buster. That's what we're going to do. We're going to transpose with the Dome Buster. Oh, this is glorious. This is glorious. We're actually going to be able to get away. So let me think. Yeah, so I'm going to move to here and then spend 2 survival to transpose. To here with this chick. So when you transpose, you get +2 speed and ignore cumbersome until the end of the round. So Hostrox is now rolling 11 dice. Have I even got 11 dice out? I do not. I've got 10. I need 1 more. Excellent. So 11 speed on Hostrox. Oh, that's great stuff. Now remember, it's already sharp and we got +5 strength, so it's actually strength 21. So we need 9s to wound. Now we're currently hitting on 9s in the blind 8s +3 accuracy, 7, 6, 5. So these all hit on 5s. Okay, miss, miss, miss. So that is however many hits that is. That is 8 hits. Okay, so first hit, wounding on, it's savage, so if we critically wound, we can't critically wound. Oh no, we can. Great. Strength 21. Tremendous. So we need 9s to wound. So that is a wound. So we're down to 25. And it was 8 hits. So I'm just going to take a dice away each time I do my roll. That's a 9. It's also a critical, so we'll do a savage on that first one, 23. That's another critical, 22. Yeah, Hostrox is absolutely tailor-made for this showdown. It wasn't a 1, so that's another one, so 21. It's another one, so we're down to 20. It's another one, we're down to 19. It's another one, down to 18. And And that's a perfect 20 to go down to 17 wounds. Let's go, Hostrox! You're the man. Well, technically you're not the man. Technically you're a sentient axe, but you're a legend. So we're going to surge with Hostrox and have another 11 dice swing, hitting on 5s. So miss, 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 miss. Okay, so that is only 7 hits this time. The first one, it's a wound, but it's not a critical. 16. Next one, it's a wound. 15, but it's not a critical. Next one, it is a critical, and it's a wound, so savage, down to 13. Next one, it's a wound, down to 12. Next one, it's a wound, down to 11. It's a wound. Oh no, we've rolled a 1, we failed. Lifetime reroll? Nah. Down to 10. He's down to 10 wounds, and Hostrox has not dashed yet. So now, because of heartstrings, we can actually dash away. You can move up to 3 additional spaces towards your board edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So she is outside of range of his surge. How good is that? Let's get in there with the jiggling scythe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we are also going to be able to escape with the jiggling scythe because we are speed 7 and we have reach 2. So the jiggling scythe, it hits on a 2+. That's 1, 2, 3 hits, no perfect hits. Over here. No mighty strike, so the jiggling scythe is 18. So we need to roll 12s to wound with this. Okay, so that one fails. The second one fails, and the third one succeeds. So we're down to 9 wounds. We get a free surge. Hit, hit, hit. So that's a wound. We're down to 8. That's a wound. We're down to 7. And that's a wound. We're down to 6. That also was a critical wound, so it probably would have just been, we go again. And we get a third swing with the scythe. Again, 3 hits. 4 and 7 is 11, so that's short. That's success, so we're down to 5 wounds. And we're down to 4 wounds. Well, we'll then dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So she's fine. The scout's going to dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into range and swing with the Dome Buster. Curse Hammer, sorry. So it's hitting on 5s. No hits. We'll try again. 1 hit, including a perfect hit. With a perfect hit and mighty grand weapons in your gear grid gain Barb 4. Okay, so this is a grand weapon, Curse Hammer. So it is now adding 9 to that. So it's strength 27, good roll. And yeah, so it's a 2 to wound. So that's a wound. We're down to 3. The scout's going to bravely die though. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, Godhand shows up to get absolutely rolled. He's got 3 wounds left and I haven't even gone with my strongest survivor. Seems fine. However, if I roll absolute pus buckets, I could just die with her, so I'm probably better off just staying away rather than risking it. I've never stayed away in my life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She's into range. She'll swing with the speaker cult knife. She hits on 2s with the speaker cult knife. That is 3 hits, including 2 perfect hits. She wounds on a 2+, and she has sharp and acid palms. She also adds her arms armor to the strength of her weapon. So the speaker cult knife is strength 4, plus her 10 strength takes it to 14, plus 8 takes it to 22. So she needs to roll 8s to do these wounds. Sorry, it's also plus 5. So she needs to not roll a 1 on the yellow dice. She rolls a 7. So that's wound number 1. That's it. And the God Hand has been defeated. What would his first AIR card have been? Full precognition. If this card is revealed without being drawn, play it. Target the survivor that revealed it. Synchronic attack. Knock back 10 towards the left board edge. Archive any gear that revealed this card. Has he got accuracy tokens as well, this guy? Yeah, he's got +2 accuracy tokens. Okay, so he's effectively hitting on -1. And our evasion is... I just like to let this guy have a little splash. 7 speed, okay. Hitting on, we'll call it 2s. So that misses. The rest hit. We've got deflect up. Gonna block up. So deflect 1. So he's got 5 hits. Hits on the head twice. We'll dodge both of the heads because we've got extra sense, so we can dodge twice. Man, what a crazy fight. What damage is that? 8. He's actually dead. I'm just doing this for fun. Give him a couple of turns. You really should fight him with It Knows. I think the way that thing works is silly. She suffers knockback 10 towards the board edge. Boom. She's out of there. That's it. Let's give him another turn. Do something else. Oh, he's doing this legendary showdown cleaver. Boom. He just keeps smashing up the board. Any survivors that move into obliterated spaces fall to their doom and die. Is that all he does though? That's such a dumb card. Why doesn't he fight someone with it? Go again. Yeah, he got rolled. King's Sword, random threat. The Glideham slices the atmosphere, setting it on fire. Survivors inside the zone suffer 5 damage and archive all flammable gear. Let's go on someone else as the random threat. Let's go on Skittle with her evasion 7. So that goes to 8. So he's hitting on 6s with these dice. So miss, 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 miss. So he's hit 3 times. She has a round leather shield up, as well as that, and she'll dodge twice because she also has extra sense. 1, 2. So you've done nothing. However, all of our silk wraps are flammable. So if you did manage to hit us, which you didn't, it would have archived all of our flammable gear. That's silk set. Not ideal. Okay, great. So you've managed to hit no one so far. Kill no one. Death King's Embrace, the threat with the most armor points. That'll be one of our red and black armor survivors. Here we go. 8. Why is the pin-up brittle? She got a shield. Oh, we didn't give her the shield. Anyway, she has a shield, but we'll make it peanut brittle. She's only evasion 8. It's attack 22. 10 speed. This guy's ridiculous. Ten speed. Hitting on 9s, 7s. So that's one hit. We'll spend a survival to dodge. He doesn't knock back his 20 towards the left board edge. Actually, that's pretty cool. Because he's knocked the board edge off, he'll knock you into that board edge and then you'll die. Because he's not cut the board in half. This attack is difficult even for the God Hand. It's keen! Oh my god! I didn't see that. It's keen! So that's 10 hits, attack 22. Well, let's actually do it on this chick. So she dies, and then we're going to press this button. What happens? Confirm! Scribe guys are the best! Look at that. Coconut Rough 1, Coconut Rough 2. It's done all of the chain. Look at that. Oh, Scribe is the best. Look at that. So when you name them, you have to roll a character. That Scribe guy is so useful. Wonder why, yeah, that's unreal. Oh, and then did it give the loadout? It did the loadout too. Look at that. We'll reset. Oh, Scribe guy. Technically, we don't have black and red armor anymore, so that is such a useful thing to have for 1-2. Cool, guess what? God Hand, you did nothing. Have another go, mate. Have another go. Hit someone else. Royal Palm, the closest survivor. This attack gains +1 damage for each perfect hit in the attack. Draw AI. 7 speed. Let's go on the Silk Wraps chick again. Miss. Miss. This one's not keen, is it? Hit, 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 hit. It's got 2 perfect hits in the attack. So it's damage 10. We'll dodge twice. We have 1 deflect up, so that's 2 damage. So that's going to be 2 severe injury rolls to the body and the thing. We'll do the body. We roll a Lantern 10, so we're knocked down. We'll do the legs. We would die, but we use Drydocanthus. Draw AI. He goes again. We're just having fun now. The furthest standing survivor. Get some decapitation happening, buddy. Is that attack keen? Oh, the target is guardless for this attack. Yeah, nice. He automatically hits on 1s. So yeah, we have to have enough evasion to dodge this. Peanut Brittle, evasion 8. He misses. Scribe Guy is an absolute star. I got a King's Coin. I should send it to him. I should send him my King's Coin. I don't actually know what they do. I've asking Taste, what does it do? What does a King's Coin get you? He said not much. Knockback 5 towards the left board edge. What a cool guy. All right, well, we rolled him in the first turn, so we're just going to read the epilogue victory. We add character permanently to our campaigns as a Lantern consequence. Somewhere, an entity pauses, gently laying its work aside so that the ink pooled in the eyes does not spill. It opens a great book and watches a single page fall free from the binding. Recorded on the page is a settlement proudly carving the faces of its people onto the stone floor. The settlement defeats the God Hand and warily endures the darkness until its time is ended. In their remaining Lantern years, the survivors enshrine their beloved members of their community by altering stone faces to their likenesses. The topography of the land is forever changed. So, this is a strain milestone thing. So it tells you a little bit about strain milestones. They're things permanently altering stuff. So that's the variant we did, a White Speaker's Sojourn. That was fun. Blood Drunk Crimson Crocodiles. Why would you ever do this? Why would you ever do that? Alright, so what I figured I was going to do for most of this campaign is actually show off my storage. and what I do to pack up this game. So, because storage is one of the most important parts of the game, and we don't often talk about it. So I am going to close that down and turn that off and turn that off. And then I'm just going to move this across so you can see the full thing. Excellent. Cool. So I'll move that out of the way. So I use these. These are always just in front of me with all of the cards that I'm using for like the current monsters. So useful. These are my random event cards. All right. This is going to take a while. So this may not be interesting for people, but I thought it would be a good one to try. So I have the XE laser inserts that I use for my storage. I bought 2 of them, one for the gambler's chest and one for the core box. And the core box one fits it perfectly, obviously, because it was designed for it. The gambler's chest, there is a little bit of lid lift. Doesn't quite fit it as neatly, but it is still good enough, which I'm about to show that off now because it's over here. We'll go through these in a minute. I store all my gear cards in binders, and I store all my miniatures in my cabinet. So basically the 2 boxes need to store cards. And when I'm playing a campaign, I like to organise my cards into the main box, which is all the stuff that's not being used in this campaign, and then the other box, which is all the stuff that is being used in the campaign. All my little toys. What do we think of the people of the Dreamkeeper without Ark Survivors? I know Moya Moya Cat's been watching. I know a couple of other people have been watching. So here's the storage of the thing. So with philosophies, because they're a little bit wider than the normal stuff, I put them this direction. So this is all my philosophies and wanderers. So I've still got more room for more of them down here, which is good. So we know some more coming. This is just storage of big terrain tiles. I might turn the exposure up so you can see a little bit. There you go. Yeah, so this box is just terrain tiles. And yeah, the stuff obviously comes this colour. It doesn't come black. I spray painted them black. And I have got 2 left to go. I ran out of spray paint and then I haven't done it. I just used them. I also coloured all the edges of my tiles in black. I've done that since the day I got it. Adds a really nice thing. So yeah, so each of these, yeah, this is the XE laser insert. So you basically have these ones which are just card storage. And I use this section here down the bottom for all of my philosophy notebooks, books, and it fits perfectly, which is great. And then, so it's got 2 of these which are both card ones. And then it's got this one which is supposed to be for gear cards, but I use it to store terrain, the terrain tiles, the big ones, and that's pretty good. And then this one here is this card organizer, and this one I use for sort of mostly the other little things, not like monsters. So yeah, this one's got seed patterns, normal patterns, basic resources, blah, blah, blah. So that's going last. And then on top of that, in the box, you have one of these goes here, one of these goes here, and then this one goes over this side here, and then your books go in the middle. So it's a really good organizer. I recommend it highly. Yeah, anyway. As I said, this is going to be a bit of a schmozzle. So yeah, this has got all the tokens, which is great, and they're also nicely organized. So by buying 2 of these, I've got so much storage for everything. You know, I've got enough for all my settlement events across both, etc. And yeah, the book goes in here. So I don't need to keep any of my other boxes, but I've kept the Red Witch box anyway. Yeah, all right, so let's move this over here. So these are all of the generic ones, so that's fine. I'm just going to be walking around a bit, grabbing stuff. Baby, 6 string, so far gone. So the next campaign that I want to do, I was contemplating doing one that was all about the Golden City and have all like lions and Manhunter and stuff. But I really want to do a People of the Stars actually. So we'll see. Okay, so this is going to be all of the ones that are generics. 1, generic, generic, generic. This is non-generic. Generic, generic, generic. For non-generic, only added generic, 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 not. So many great ones. Basara, First Day, Black Knight, those ones. So those are the generics. And these are Scout Discoveries and other ones that are added towards the end. So that's that. I then separate these into ones that are generic. So Tuskwork, Frostcrafter, Dragon Armory. So the generic campaign is of course these ones. That's the Butcher, Sun, Sacred Pool, Carterian Throne. Cool. And then the Wrought Ironworks is in every campaign. Silk Mill, no. Wet Resin Crafter, no. Colosseum, no. Keeper of Dreams, no. Crimson Crockery. Plumery stays. Outskirts, no. Organ Grinder, Barber Surgeon. Weapon Crafter, Blacksmith. Bonesmith. Gaming Gazebo, no. Leatherworker Skinnery. So this is all the generic ones. That's got me cut thing, and that goes in there. You're only supposed to roll that on a 6+, by the way. Okay, back over here. So I don't need to do anything with those. These are hunt events, all of my hunt events. Let's grab the Dung Beetle Knights cards. So Dung Beetle Knight, Dung Beetle Knight, Dung Beetle Knight, Dung Beetle Knight, Dung Beetle Knight. So at the start of the next campaign that I play, I will go through and change the organisation of these so that only the ones that we're currently using in the campaign will be in there. Seed patterns, but I'll just leave them as is for now. Fighting arts, alright. Disorder, Smoggos, Smoggos, Pariah. Witches. Dung Beetle Knight. Witches. Battle Drunk to me is an out. Now what's Cowardice? Ignore your positive evasion. That's bad. Codependent from the Pariah. Revenge. That's a good one. Controlophobia. Okay, so this little box is going to contain all sorts of things. What are these fighting arts? Oh yeah, okay. There's lots of stuff in this game, isn't there? Okay, so that is encounters. Perfect. Character cards. These are all character cards. That's a fighting art. Story of Blood. Oh, that's a Dung Beetle Knight card. Terrain. Okay, so Spider. Smoggos. Crocodile. Dung Beetle Knight. Okay, so terrain card. Strange Resources. Web Silk. Silken Nervous System. Crocodile. Crystal Ember. Some dung and skell. I didn't do any bearing of my gear this time, which was a mistake, but I was just too excited and we were too far ahead. So that's Scouts. Scouts. General. Web Silk. Red Witches. Strange Resources. Yeah, I'm excited for COD. So these are all patterns. I think, so you can't see the second box, but I've got the core box over there. I've got enough room for all the Gambler's Chest cards, I'm pretty sure. What I might end up doing, if the COD box is the same size, is buying a third XE laser, because I will be able to store absolutely everything for the entirety of the game in those 3 boxes, which appeals to me from an organisational perspective. What doesn't appeal to me is buying another one and assembling it and spray painting it and blah, blah, blah. But all right, these ones are also going to need to go away. So the rest of me pattern cards. So these are all patterns. I just keep all the pattern cards in the same spot. I don't separate them. And then at the start of the campaign, I grab out the ones that are relevant for the campaign and I put them in one section. So that's all my pattern cards organised. Weapon proficiencies are over there. Do you reckon, are we going to get a thrown weapon proficiency in COD? Surely. Surely we're getting a thrown weapon proficiency. I know we've got a fan weapon proficiency. What else? What else are we going to see? Saw? Are we getting a saw as well? Okay, what is this? This is terrain cards. Okay. So we'll take all of our terrain cards and put them over here, I think. I know there's saw and I know there's fan. seed patterns. Where's the rest of me seed patterns? There. Cool. All right, vermin resources. They have to do throne. I should take that out and put that in the frog dog box. Vermin resources, excellent. Put you over here. All right, character cards. I'm happy with the amount of character cards we're getting. I think they're a fun little expansion, and we got to see the value in them in this game. We had character cards very early, and that added quite a bit of ramping power, which was fun. Okay, character cards are in this one. Boom. Tactics. These are dung beetle knight tactics. I never use the dung beetle thing. Basic resources. That's here. Innovations. Haha. All right, innovations is fun. So, shrine, face painting, fig tree, lucid dreams, bloomery, scrap smelting, trick transport, subterranean agriculture, career and legless bull, silk refining, blood weaving. Did we ever figure out how you get trick transport? Roundstone training, candy. Come to Candy Mountain, Charlie. Bidden Dance Saga Ammonia. So Scouts, Silent Dialect. Cool. All my innovations. Did I miss any from here? Supreme Cuisine. Song of Concord goes with the Smog Singers. Precious Fragments goes with the Pariah. Where's the other Pariah one? Implanted Memories there. Cool. Innovations. Fighting Arts. Harvest Man. I can't remember using that. I'd like to use it. Soil Strains, yes. So, strains is something they need to figure out because they are so cool and they're such a level of effort and we don't get to see them enough. Vengeance. How do we better incorporate strains in the game? Inversion is a very good fighting art. I undervalued it. It's very good. The amount of time the game just gives out negative attribute tokens, it's very cool. Candy, what does that actually do? 2 survival to remove a disorder. It's pretty good. Oh, I want to do the drifter guy. Phantom Friend, Candy and Cola. What does drifter actually do? Wait and see. Infernal Rhythm, Propulsion Drive, Invigorator. Gain +1 accuracy and +1 speed while you have no insanity. I don't think that's very good. Okay. All my seed patterns go in this box. Alright, so I've got seed patterns, hunt events, weapon proficiencies, armor sets, pattern cards, vermin, the Squire campaign cards, my strain milestones and strain fighting arts. There's me strain fighting arts. So we didn't do Goth and we didn't do Death Drifter. So I'm saving one or both of them for next campaign. They're both secret fighting arts, so they're in a separate box. Drifter looks really fun. I haven't read. The thing is, I haven't read any of the stuff about them. All I've done is open up the first page and read their basic knowledge or whatever it is. All right, so that goes in here. I have these too. I don't know. I printed these out. They're quite useful. Collision, knockdown, settlement phase, timeline, survival rules. That was a really good one when you're not sure how survival works or when your opportunity is. Yeah, that's a useful one. And this is your attack, your sequence of your attack. So I got those very early on. Quite useful. Art cards from all of me. New ones. Haha, I've finished being mean to spiders. I gave them a very nasty experience, and now we're packing up the game, getting ready to set up for something new, which is exciting. Okay, so Story of Blood goes into me strain fighting arts. So there we've got innovations, terrain, character cards, basic resources, tactics cards. Cool, all right, so you should be able to go back in there. That's nice. All right, so these are Dung Beetle Knight cards. So they'll go in here with the Dung Beetle Knight. These are Pariah cards, so they'll go in here with the Pariah. These are Crocodile cards, so they'll go here with the Croc. The Smoggo cards. There with the Smoggos. Spidicules cards. So they go with the Spider. Red Witches. They go here with the Red Witches. That's the Frog Dog. Well, Amalia, and hello to you. Yeah, the next campaign I want to do, so hopefully in the next few months we will see maybe confirmation that Screaming God and Campaigns of Death are in print and will be coming. So I'll wait until then, until I receive them. And what I'm hoping is that we'll also have two new philosophies, which is Starbound and Heliocentrism. And so they're both philosophies for two of the other campaigns in the game, the People of the Stars and the People of the Sun. So what I'd like to do is do a campaign with the People of the Stars. So I've got this, which is an indomitable resource for the Tyrant, which lets you get a really cool weapon for People of the Stars, and along with Heliocentrism, so playing Ark Survivors into that. So that will be the next campaign I do. It'll be a People of the Stars with Starbound, the philosophy, and I will probably use the Frog Dog as my prologue monster, but it does depend what Campaigns of Death does, because there's a lot of potential stuff that may come out in that next campaign, in that Campaigns of Death, and that could be stuff like changing up the Gorm, so the Gorm has a prologue fight, and stuff like that. So if... Look at all my toys. I'm something like 50 survivors now painted, which is great. 60? I'd have to count them. Wonder if this looks good. We'll turn on autofocus. Hey, yeah. Oops. Here's my candy. This little chick, it's glow. Yeah. I do love the boobs. This chick's one of my... She's the one that actually gets you a story of blood, the secret fighting art. And I never used the model because she's specifically a white speaker, so I used her as a white speaker. This is the first time I've used a scythes chick, which is fun. Bully hammer, frog doggle set. Yeah, there's a lot of boobage. I'll show you the most boobage I think there is. This is the biggest kahunas that the models I've seen. This is Morgan the Saviour. They are some whoppers. Absolute whoppers. She's great. I love her. Yeah, so that's my next campaign. Is going to be People of Stars. But if Campaigns of Death gets here before Starbound, then there'll be a new campaign in there which is called People of the Mirror Stone, as well as some little 5-year campaigns. People of the Sun, People of the Dying Sun, and some other ones. So I'll probably want to dive straight into that, into Campaigns of Death stuff. But yeah, when a big expansion, like when the Gambler's Chest came out, I spent, just ages, ages and ages painting all the monsters and, just having the best fun with all my toys. So that's the thing I most look forward to, is painting and the excitement that comes with the new discovery of the game. It's wonderful. Okay, so that is done. So let's do some gear cards now, hey? A little bit of gear cards. Yeah, I think COD's got probably like 100 models in it. It's silly. Very, very silly. And wonderful. Yeah, I should grab my camera and show you my cabinet, but I don't think I can do that. But yeah, I've got every monster painted that's been released and some that haven't been released. I've got Nightmare Ram and Sparrow Goblin and Oblivion Mosquito painted. So they haven't even had their rules released yet, and I've got them painted, ready to go. And yeah, I've got a lot of survivors painted. Like, this is just ones I grabbed out for this campaign. And that's, what's that, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. There's me Bone Eaters. There's another chick. There's me God Hand. There's me Ball. There's me Witches. There's some of all my cool dice. I love this game. I'm a pest for this game. Anyone that's watching should go and follow Amalia's YouTube channel. She's just started. She's done 3 videos on there, and they're all better than any video I've ever released. So go follow her. Very cool painter. It's definitely true. You actually edit yours. I just upload. I just click record and then go upload. That's it. I don't know if the God Hand's a reference to the Clippers. I don't really know what the Clippers are. What I'm going to do now is grab out my folders so we can put away stuff. But while we're here, let's have a look at some art, because I've got so many of these little art cards and I never look at them, and I'd really like to. Yes, please post your YouTube channel in the chat, Amalia, so people can go follow. That's cool, man. Look at that. That's so cool. So this is an art print that I got from Mumford, who went to Gen Con, and he got me this, which is delightful. I'm going to frame it and put it on my wall. That's the inverted pariah. Wonderful. That's me Red Witches. That's the rest of me books there. So this is my Frog Dog box. And this is where I keep random stuff that doesn't really have a spot elsewhere. But I bought these and I ended up, I don't use them. These are also XE laser gear grids. Just don't use them. Stickers from the Legendary card pack. Millennium Butcher, his stuff. Vignette of Death. Good choice, Tui. This is my stack of art cards from Kingdom Death. Brave and Hollow. Cool. Crabman. Super cool. That chick, I don't know what her name is, but great. Inquisitorial Saw guy. Awesome. Soaring Advanced chick. Ubluk Shield Survivor. That's great artwork. That reminds me of Jinx from Arcane. Snow. That's a very old piece of artwork. She was in the original game. That's nice. I like that. That's a cool idea. Oh, look at this little Lucy. I do, yeah. I have the Snow Minis. I haven't painted them. They're on the desk. So I made this decision probably about 18 months ago with Kingdom Death. I have bought most of the expansion, the little things, right? So as an example, one of the things that I bought was this box set, Glow. It comes with 4 miniatures, it comes with about 6 pieces of cardboard, and it's $70. And so I realised, I took a long hard look at myself and said, why are you spending $70 on cardboard? Like, that is just fucking ridiculous. So I made a commitment to myself that if I was going to buy all these little expansions, that I was going to actually have to like get value out of the miniatures. So I started committing that as soon as I got them, I would assemble all the miniatures and I would make an effort to paint as many of my Kingdom Death Survivors as I can. So right now, I've only got one set, one of the 4 sets, or two 4 sets left to go, which is Snow the Saviour, so she's got 4 models that I haven't painted, and Echoes of Death 2, which is 4 models that I haven't painted. All of the other sets of 4, like the Survivors from the Squires, they're all painted. Echoes of Death 1, 2 and 3, they're all painted. Survivors of Death 1 and 2, they're all painted. And then any little individual box sets that I buy, I try to paint those as well. So I've done pretty much all of my Indomitable resources up to now. I've got about 7 or 8 of those to go. She's painted. She's painted. That's Morgan. She's painted. Oh, what is that guy? What is that from? Is that from Heart of the Althwada? Yeah, that must be from her as well. Cool. That's the 15th anniversary Survivors of Death. That is glorious. Lucy's the best girl. Zachary. So here's the Glow models. I love her models. That's Aya, the Red Survivor. That's the Gambler's Chest Murderer. Axeman family. Anna. That's Anna Poots. The Sci-Fi White Speaker, I think. Halloween White Speaker. That's a nice figure. I've got that one in 75mm to paint. I do think that there is an element of that. I do think that they are using that to continue. But I think the other component of it is, and if you think about it, right, they're in this position because of their own fault. So let's not, yeah. But you know, you employ people to manufacture stuff, and if you're not selling stuff because you've already sold it at the Kickstarter, how can you afford to employ those people? And so, you know, he needs the people to finish the campaign, but he's not bringing in any revenue because he already brought his revenue in. Now, the 12 million or whatever that he raised, I'm sure he's got all of that still sitting, or whatever he's got left, sitting there ready to go to pay for the manufacturing of XYZ products. But it's the development that he's not getting any money for, that he needs to employ people to do. And so I feel like these are just so that he can afford to keep paying people to assist him in finishing the stuff. I don't think he needs it to pay for the manufacturing of the products, but I think he needs it to actually pay his staff. Look at that boxer, Crimson Crocodile. Great. What is that one? Butcher. Oh, there's another Easter White Speaker chick. That's the chick. That's a cool one. I like that model. Halloween White Speaker. She gave you the Black Ghost Dagger pattern. I've got her fully assembled. She's really cool. Aya, Death Crown. The guy who did this, I was looking at his Instagram page this morning. Kai Yong Eom. He is such a good painter. I love him. That's from Survivors of Death. There's that chick with the bully. Oh, did I do matching colours? I didn't realise I did that. Huh. That's cool. Just needed pink hair. Dung Beetle Night Chick. Oktoberfest Aya. Seed Pattern Willow. Skrell. Longclaw Lenore. Twilight Night something. Lord's Ruin Titus. What a sick guy. Zell. Stampede Glaive Zell. That's Zelda with Obsession. Gusk Knives Grimmery. Indomitable Survivor. Lucy. Christmas Lucy. Grim Muffler. Percival. I don't know who that is. And the new ones. Jackal. Tachyon. Indomitable Survivor Tachyon Nodachi Ruby. Dragon Slayer. Badar. Whatever her name is. Palion. Kale. Poison Partisan Ridica. And the Mighty Morg. I like to make sure that I look at my art cards every now and then. Not often enough, though, is the answer. Okay, so now we sort these out. outskirts, 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 wet resin crafter, organ grinder, Coriseum, Coriseum, Coriseum. We can zoom out. Rare gear, rare gear, rare gear, outskirts, weapon crafter, barber surgeon, bonesmith, mask maker, organ grinder. We literally rolled mask maker as our first hunt event in this entire campaign, and that really set the standard for what was happening. Barber surgeon, black and red armour, sanguine extrusion, organ grinder, skinnery. I did, mate, yes. I did indeed beat the god hand. Sense memory. However, this is the first time I've played a campaign of People of the Dreamkeeper and haven't managed to put anything in the box. So we don't get a free start next time. That'll be nice. Not having a free start. Crockery, rare gear, crockery, crockery, organ grinder, leather worker, organ grinder, silk mill, silk mill, silk mill, sanguine extrusion. The knowledge cards are stunning. Yeah, so I intentionally said, I'm just going to play instruments. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to have as many instruments as I want. And if I roll Harvester, I roll Harvester, and we'll just see if I can handle it. I did not roll Harvester once this campaign. Not once. And I had weapons on everyone. I had singing. I had the harp, which makes everyone undeathable. I had the curse hammer, which whistles when you swing it. The hand fluter I had for a while. Yeah, didn't roll it once. Coriseum. I'll tell you what was fun. 6! That's nuts. That is nuts. I'll tell you what was fun, which I highly recommend people having a crack at, is the hit avoiding set. So the Coriseum singing hat, plus the black and red cuirass, plus Candy's gladiator garb, means at a base you are cancelling 3 hits every round. It just trivialises some fights. Like a monster has 3 speed. Cool. Hit me 3 times. I ignore all of your hits. So you can just plonk someone in front of the monster and just nothing happens. It's a very cool way to play. Skinnery, leather worker. These are all Candy's things. Excellent. So I need to put all these toys away actually. These all go in that box. So this is my gear grid folders, which I'm sure everyone's seen as I've played the campaigns. Bone Smith, bone sickle and pickaxe, very nice. Don't have any starting gear, so Skinnery. Double bandages, can't go wrong. Fecal salve, monster tooth, lucky charm, dried acanthus, lucky charm, dried acanthus, monster greases. Okay, next one is Crimson Crockery. Just giggling sigh though. How amazing was the giggling scythe? So yes, observation number 1 for me, moving into the next campaign. The Crimson Croc is potentially a little bit too good, and I do not think that I will be playing the Crimson Croc in any campaign moving forward. Maybe just too good. Maybe. And maybe the smog singers as well, actually. They might be too good. It's actually, Spidicules was really fun. I might, yeah, I might go back to Spidicules as my preferred Node 2 monster. Barber Surgeon, Blue Charm, built it, didn't use it. Great stuff. Almanacs, not getting used. Weapon Crafter, what did we build from there? We just built the lantern, didn't we? Yep, Scrap Lantern. One of the best items that they added in 1.6. The Outskirts, cool. No, that's Patterns. Outskirts. Belly Boots. How did I feel about Scouts? Yeah. Look, Scouts are a hard sell for me. They just provide too many advantages. But there's an element of Scouts that I love, which is the Scout tablets and the Scout discoveries. So you can't play without them, I don't think. If there was some way to include Scout discoveries without including Scouts, that'd be fun. Singing Gloves. Pantaloons. Singing Cap. Singing Boots. Pantaloons. I think Singing Armour sits in a position that is perfect. It is a comparable set to Leather in terms of what it does. It provides you lots of interesting options, but it doesn't provide you additional strength, which is what some of the other sets do. And so you're trading off for strength. Wow, I didn't realize all the Silk Armour had different artwork for the two different things. The turban, there's two different turbans. The artwork on each of them, there must be like a girl and a boy. Wow, that's sick. We didn't fight the Spidicules at any point because I was chasing the giggling scythe, so we didn't fight the guy early enough, and that's a shame. I was keen to try some of their items and stuff and try and get like Poison Partisan Ridica. So yeah, I think we will do Spider for our next campaign. It can be our Node 2. It was fun. Hunter's Whip was good. 3 round leather shields, can't go wrong. What do we got from the blacksmith here? The wrought longbow and a beacon shield. So yes, at the start of the next campaign, what I'll do is I've got 2 of these. So one over there, which is all the stuff that I am not using in the current campaign and all the stuff that I am using. This one also has rare gear. Century shoulder pads, Century greaves, rainbow wing belts. Any of these that I should use? I should definitely use the errant badge. That's a good one. The hidden crimson jewels, great. Okay, sanguine extrusion. Hyperelastic shield, excellent. Great way for chasing shield proficiency. Hyperelastic sword, pretty good. Pretty good. Black and red greaves. The black and red set is awesome. It is really fun. I still can't believe you rolled the harvester 6 times. I didn't see him once. We didn't get to build any of these fortune lantern things. I didn't build blacksmith armor at all. I normally build blacksmith armor. Obsession. this is all the rare gear stuff. So Excalibur, Royal Scalpel, those are candies, that's great. Hostox is great. Speaker Cult Knife. Candy, 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 candy. Candy Mountain. So yes, I actually appreciate the ritual, the ceremony of packing the game up and starting a new campaign. I appreciate that experience quite a lot. Like, I really enjoy the routine of it, and so yes, if this is boring, that's okay. You don't have to enjoy this, but I enjoy that process. There's my guitar, Curse Hammer, Immortal Arm, and the Dome Buster. Dome Buster. Phoenix Mask comes all the way back from the Mask Maker. Is that Mask Maker in this one? Did I put Mask Maker in here? Maybe not. Nope, so that'll be over there. Okay, so that one's done. Now I'm going to grab my other one. I'm glad you feel it's enjoyable. So this is my second box. This is the core box, the original box, which still has all of my other things. Okay, so this one will go here. Alright, so Flower Knight AI card. So that was from the Silent Mother, Heart of the Woods. So where's the Flower Knight? There. Done. Kingsman. Kingsman there. A couple of Secret Fighting Arts. So they have their own section, Secret Fighting Arts. The Golden Frog is from the Frog Dog. Where is the Frog Dog? So, there's the Froggo. That's a White Lion Indomitable Resource from Old Mate. Kale for the Roaring Harmonica. White Lion. Lion. Yeah, so I want to do the Manhunter, the Lion Knight, and the White Lion are all Dragon King. Right, there he is. Would all be good. Showdown. Screaming Antelope. There's the Antelope. And where's the Dragon King? Lonely Tree. Flower Knight. Dragon King. Okay. So you can see we've still got plenty of room. Thank you all. The organizer is the XE Laser organizer. And yeah, I'll show it off again. It is tremendous, but I actually have two of them because I have one for my Gambler's Chest and one for my whatever the other box is, the core box. It's all my little toys. I've got so many cool toys. So this thing also, I don't know if I've, yeah. So this actually comes like this in the box. It's like that. I cut that in half. I got a very clean scalpel blade and I cut that so that I can separate them. Makes a big difference. So that goes there. These go here. This goes here, that goes there. And then in this, oh, nice one bumping the camera rig deno. That one goes on top. And that's it. Sense memory and the mask maker. Mask maker's on the front page. So that's it. That's how I organise my game. All my models are on my cabinet. In my cabinet. I'll show you my video of them. I should really update this video. It's not current. I've added a lot more. Well, actually, am I excited to talk about this game? We're going to take a little break from the big campaign games, just for a little bit. So I got this one in the other day, which is a game that I like to call Colouring in Circles. So this one looks super cool. I literally just got it the other day, so I haven't unboxed it or anything, but this little thing is a double laid board. Hey Moss. What's going on? Yeah. No, I finished. I packed up. Do you want to say hi to everyone?
No.
Say hi, Mossy. Funny kid. Yeah, so let me show this off, right? So this game is a roll and write. So you have a little castle, and it's set in a time period called the Anarchy, which is actually an actual historical time period when stuff happened. And people are set in a time of... Oh my God, where's my second one? It's on the other side. That's good. Is it? Yeah. All right, cool. See, look at all these circles to colour in. Anyway, you're colouring in circles and you're building up a castle and a moat and stuff. So this is your little castle that you build during the game, and you build up walls and stuff. That's your moat. Then you can build a drawbridge. So as you're colouring in circles, and that tells you to build up your castle. And then at the end of each round, you get attacked by the loyalists. Yes, I am very enthusiastic to try this out. This is based on it's the sequel to another game that I've played on the channel a couple of times called Hadrian's Wall. Hadrian's Wall is very, very good. Probably gonna feature in my games of the year, Hadrian's Wall. Yes, so the Anarchy. I'll read you the blurb actually because I didn't know anything about it. I'm acting like I knew about it now. I've never heard of it before. But at the end of 1135, Henry I, King of England, died unexpectedly, leaving no male heir to reign in his stead. Henry's daughter, Empress Matilda, believed she should rule by succession. However, the late king's favourite nephew, Stephen de Blois, was quicker to the throne, and with the help of his brother, the Bishop of Winchester, was crowned king. Those loyal to the Empress were enraged by Stephen's coronation and would not accept him as the new ruler. Over the next 18 years, England saw a breakdown in law and order as civil war spread throughout the country. This conflict came to be known as the Anarchy. So, it's a real time period, it's a real thing. And yes, in the Anarchy, players take on the role of English nobles loyal to King Stephen. Over 5 rounds, players must build their domain, defend their castle from attacks by approaching Angevin armies, and storm strongholds loyal to Matilda with their own crafted siege weapons. Oh, that's cool. So these little cards, they tell you like where they're going to attack your castle, which is just sick. Yeah, I really like Hadrian's Wall. I think it's close to my most played game of the year. I might grab out my app and we can have a look. I don't track Kingdom Death in my app, by the way. There's no point. Let me see. I'll just zoom that out so you can see. So yes, let's go to Insights, time period, year 2025. So I played 234 games this year. Had 4 locations. Ashes Reborn there you go. Hadrian's Wall is my second most played. Ashes Reborn, 57 plays. The new one of that's coming soon too, Ashes Ascendancy. Leviathan Wilds, Kinfire Chronicles, Unstoppable, that's great. Elder Scrolls, Station 4, Legacy of You, Ticket to Ride Legacy was fun. I played 6 games of Mage Knight this year. What a legendary game that is. Kingdom Death is like, it's more like 50 bajillion. Dragon Eclipse, I stopped recording that, but I played the full campaign. Fliptown, I've missed a couple of plays of that recording that. Uprising, Curse of the Last Emperor, Dungeon Alliance. Hand of Fate was great, played a few little solo ones of that. Twilight Inscription, tremendous, I should play some more of that. Rome, Fate of an Empire, excellent game. Mage Knight is tremendous. If we look at all time, I think it's my most played game. Underwater Cities, we've played quite a few times, it's good. Expeditions is good. So this has been a good year. Look at all the new games I've played, all of those new games. Lots. Kingdoms Forlorn. Kingfire Delve is definitely going to get in the top 10. Clash of Cultures, Monument. So let's look at my all-time. My most played game is Mage Knight. Ashes, Marvel Champions, Tapestry. Total hours of all-time play. I don't know. Fuck ton. There you go. And that's probably not right either because that tracks so I basically missed 2024 or 2022. 2023 I just stopped tracking. I did 5 plays. I don't know why. I just stopped tracking for whatever reason. And I got back into it in 2024, 2025. I've been tracking them all. So, but yeah, if we look at all time, this is a great app, by the way. I love looking at this starter. Yeah, Kingdom Death is easily number one because I just stopped tracking it. Same with Primal, I stopped tracking that. Tapestry, great game. Spirit Island, I stopped tracking that because I was playing that on the app. Twilight Imperium, 16 plays of Twilight Imperium. How cool is that? We played it 16 times. That is a long game. 96 hours of my life has gone into that. Euthia, Euthia's got some good plays. Hadrian's Walls in the top 20, pretty cool. Leviathan Wilds, I've got the expansion for Leviathan Wilds, so I might get into that. Clash of Cultures about to hit 10 plays. That's a sick game. I win that a lot. What's my win rate on that? Yeah, I won 4. I've won 4 plays of that. Twilight Imperium, I think I've only won once. Oh no, okay, I've won 5 times. Yeah, that's pretty good stats. 5 wins. Freezy 4 wins. We played one game where we went to 14. Silly stuff. It was great. The game that people don't like playing with me is Scythe because I won everything, so that's not tracked on here. What's another one that I smash everyone at? Tapestry is, I've got a pretty good score on Tapestry. Yeah, 436 is a nice top score. That's good. Yeah, and even we get down to some of these ones down here, which are not as many plays, but they're just awesome. Imperial Settlers, what a game. Earthborn Rangers, that was like in my top 10 last year. Rising Sun, so fun. This app's called BG Stats. BG Stats, and you can get it from the Play Store or the App Store, whatever it is, and it syncs up with your Board Game Geek account. So that's very good. I like that a lot. Okay, I'm going to go put my models away. I'll keep talking. So yeah, I'm very fortunate in that I have a gaming group that I play with every Tuesday night, and we've been doing that for 10 years. So 10 years, we've been on it every Tuesday. We go down to Darren's house. We play board games. There's 5 of us, which is sometimes great and sometimes annoying. A lot of games these days are 4 players only. So having 5 players is a bit annoying. But there's good 5-player games as well. So we'll find ourselves playing, 5-player games about 50% of the time, and then the other 50% someone's missing. So we get to play 4-player games. But we've been doing that for 10 years, and we each buy games, we each have different games that we're good at. So then every New Year's Day, we get together on New Year's Day and we play Twilight Imperium. So we've done that for the last 5 years. And we try to do another game of Twilight Imperium throughout the year on public holidays. And yeah, sometimes we play on Saturday nights. And then I obviously play a lot of solo games, which is fun. Mossy and I play a little bit when we can, which is nice. But yeah, I do have a very fortunate board gaming experience where I get to play a lot of games, and that's really good. I enjoy being able to play and sharing my enthusiasm with my friends. And like Luke and I, Koki, probably my most played opponent, we've known each other since I was 20 and he was around the same age. Seen his kids grow up. His daughter's just turned 16. She's about to go overseas. She's got her learners. And we played touch football together. We played all sorts of stuff together, and now we see each other every week and we play board games. It's very, very nice. I read this statistic the other day, which basically said, that males in general, need to spend 2 to 3 days or 2 to 3 nights a week with friends to have good mental health. And the at the time I read it, I thought, geez, that's a lot. But then I thought, you know what? I probably do spend 2 to 3 nights a week with my friends. I play touch football on a Wednesday, play board games on a Tuesday, and then maybe on a Saturday I see my mates as well. And I just thought about my life and how lucky I feel, and I attribute a lot of my life to that. So it's not easy for everyone. I'm fortunate I don't have kids. I don't have too many things that prevent me from doing the things that I want to do. So, yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have that experience with my friends each week. Sitting in a shed not talking doesn't count, no. But we spend the whole time sledging each other. Very Australian. Oh, it's nice. It's nice. So I might go over to this one, and I might go over to this one. Hello, that's me. Welcome. And thumbs up. But let's actually turn off the mask on my face. Whoa, what happened? What did I do there? Pretend I didn't do that. Hey, you can see my cabinet in the background. We have talked about feelings. I don't talk about feelings a lot. I have fit to screen. Yeah, I don't talk about it a lot on camera, but I got divorced a few years ago, and that was a pretty challenging time. But my friends group, we talked about feelings then, but we don't often talk about feelings, no. But that's not guys generally don't do that much. So anyway, this is my games room. Hey, I'll turn my cabinet lights on. How cool is that? You can see this is all my Kingdom Death stuff on this one here. All my stuff, and then this is also all Kingdom Death down here with all my survivors painted. This is where I put my display stuff, but I've got my Oathsworn dudes here at the moment. I've got to get back into Oathsworn. That's something I need to do. Hey, maybe I should turn my Big Deno sign on. Oh no, I haven't plugged it in. Damn. This is a sign that lights up and says Big Deno. Yes, I agree. Tui. Being able to talk to your friends when it matters is very important. And yeah, Luke and I have known each other for a very long time. Been through, everything. And every year, CanCon, we also do CanCon, so we drive down to CanCon every year, Luke and I, in the car. So that's like 10 hours, just the two of us. Well, the last couple of years we've had extra people. So, no, look, I feel very blessed. I feel very fortunate with the life that I have. Sometimes I probably rub that in a bit too much because they've all got kids. So I'm like, hey, I got heaps of money. Woo! because I don't have kids. I'm going to buy all these games. Woo! That's good. First player marker. Little shield. Cool. I don't know what these things are for. So this will be the next game I play, the Anarchy. And I'm probably going to try play some tonight. I probably won't record that tonight. I'll just play it so I can learn the rules. And that'll be fun. And then I want to get into this game, which I bought a few months ago, and then Kingdom Death arrived and I didn't play it. Skytear Hordes. So it's a lot like Ashes. It's like a deck builder where you fight against monsters. That looks cool. Earthborn Rangers, which you just can't see, but it's here. Earthborn Rangers, the expansion's coming in the next month or so. So that'll be great. I'm going to get back into that. I haven't played Nemesis on camera yet. I'd like to play Nemesis. Really fun game. Uprising, I played a couple of games with Whaley. That was really good at 2-player, not solo. It was really good. But there is now a true solo mode, which I might try out. This one I borrowed from Darren the other day, Tiny Epic Dungeons, and I haven't played it yet, but that one I want to play on camera. We've obviously got Kingdoms Forlorn here and over here behind me, there. So that's Kingdoms Forlorn. I haven't played Marvel Champions in a while. Age of Innovation is one. So yeah, of my games that I own, I have Age of Innovation that hasn't been played, Skytear Hordes that hasn't been played, and this one. Everything else has been played, which I think is really good. I think that's a really good place to be in, where you actually play the things that you buy. Oh yeah, Nemesis, if we look at the app, I think we've played it 10 times. Let me check the app. Nemesis Insights. Where is Nemesis? Yeah, 8 plays of Nemesis. We've played it at 5 players, 4 players, and 3 players. And yeah, it's a amazing game. We had a game once where one dude was playing the wheelchair guy, the scientist, and it's one of our friends, Simon, who we always tease and make fun of, which is pretty common for Australians. And so yes, so Simon, we locked him in a room with the Queen, and he had no weapons, so he had to make physical attacks. And because he's the guy in the wheelchair, he literally couldn't do anything. So he's just rolling over the Queen, trying to roll her over. So that was great. He died, and we all enjoyed that very much. I've nearly escaped so many times, and people have thrown grenades into my room and killed me. Yeah, that's been a pretty common experience for me. People like having a crack at me, which is fun. Oh, we'll turn the filter back on now. Boom. So there you go, friends. That is the plan for the next little while. Yeah. So, hey, the Anarchy and Skytear Hordes, Earthborn Rangers. I think I got 20 strong coming too. Yeah, so that'll be the next little while of games. And then so Kingdoms Forlorn, I'm really excited to play. Tomorrow when I'm painting, I'll be back painting more Kingdoms Forlorn models. I think the thing that I just felt overwhelmed, not the right word, but I felt like the rules were just passing me by in some instances. So I want to let someone who's better than me do the rules, do some videos so I can learn the rules of the game. What are these guys? What are all these things? There's a full solo campaign in this game as well, by the way. I don't know what these are. That's sick. Cool. I don't know what I was talking about. All right. It was great to spend some time with you all this morning and have a little chinwag about Kingdom Death and smack the God hand and pack up the game and everything. So the next time you see me on stream will be tomorrow night when I'll be painting and yeah, and I'm going to probably record an episode of this some point soon. So have a great one. Thank you all. Big Dano out.